Welcome everybody for a historic announcement and news conference at UCF. For the first time in 26 years, we are introducing a new president for the university. We'll have some speakers, we'll have a special presentation, then we'll have question and answers after, and it's going to be a wonderful way to cap a great and historic day. And I'd like to introduce first our Board of Trustees Chairman, the Honorable Marcos Marchena, who made this process happen. Marcos.
Thank you, Grant. Actually, there were a lot of people that made this process happen, and we owe all of them a great debt of gratitude. I am thrilled about the process and how things went. I want to thank you for joining us on this historic day for UCF. The first time in more than 26 years the UCF is introducing a new president. Before welcoming our president-elect, I want to thank President John Hitt. As I said during his retirement news conference, in terms of impact, integrity, and longevity, there's never been a university president like John Hitt. I am very pleased that Dr. Hitt will continue to be involved with UCF as President Emeritus following his retirement on June 30th. He will help UCF advance our most important philanthropic, community, and partnership goals, including the completion of our $500 million Ignite campaign and implementation of our Collective Impact Strategic Plan. President Hitt is out of town and cannot be here today. I think that's probably by design. However, he was one of the first to call our president-elect to send his congratulations and best wishes. Next, I want to thank many students, faculty, staff, alumni, community leaders, and friends who have contributed to the search. My gosh, from the folks who served on the search committee to the number of folks who attended events with the candidates, who called us to give us their advice. You know, I was really impressed by the level of thoughtfulness that went into the calls that I got, the advice that we got, not just I, but other members of the board. Nobody was saying, pick this guy. They were all saying, think about this. Think about that. I saw this in this individual. I saw that in that individual. Understanding that this was a process. I'm confident that many of the other board members, like me, maintained an open mind all the way through the process up until today. Many of these individuals met the finalists during their campus visits. The candidates participated in sessions on topics such as diversity and inclusion, research, and the arts. They also had separate group meetings, by the way, which were all beautifully orchestrated and scheduled by our staff, who did a phenomenal job throughout all of this. Earlier in the process, many of you attended listening sessions, and 1,400 of you completed surveys about what qualities we needed to be looking for in our next president. We called early on for a comprehensive, inclusive, and transparent search, and we have accomplished that. Thanks to our Presidential Search Committee, who selected the finalists who we interviewed today. I don't mind telling you, I wish we had had a little bit more diversity in our client pool, but I am thrilled with the quality of the 4 finalists we ended up to interview today. That committee, by the way, included members of the Board of Trustees, Board of Governors, faculty, student body, alumni, parents, and community. I extend my gratitude to all 15 members of that search committee, and particularly, where's David Walsh? He's not here anymore? Okay. Well, particularly Trustee David Walsh, who served as chairman of the search committee. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, thank you to everyone who helped with one of the most important decisions we will make for the future of our university and our community. The Board of Trustees' decision today is not the final stop in this process. I want to make sure that everyone understands that clearly. The Florida Board of Governors, who is the body that oversees the state's 12 public universities, will interview our president-elect and vote on his confirmation on March 29th in Jacksonville. Leading up to that vote, we will work closely with the Board of Governors to ensure that they have everything they need to make their decision. I would like to thank Sid Kitson, who is the Board of Governors Vice Chairman and who served on our search committee and who has been updating his colleagues. I talked with him briefly, and I have made sure that he has been kept up to date regarding everything that has happened through the process of the finalists visiting the campus and our deliberation and decision today. Out of respect for that process, our president-elect will not be engaging in public activities in his new role after today, after this press conference, until following that Board of Governors confirmation. I had the opportunity to meet one-on-one with each candidate, attended their open forums, and of course, with my fellow board members, had an opportunity to interview each of them today as part of our meeting. We had 4 really talented candidates bringing different backgrounds and experiences and different perspectives about the future of UCF. We had choices. I appreciate all of those individuals taking the time to apply, to come to campus, to interview, to go through what is a very rigorous, very open process. It is tough. I try to put myself in their shoes, and this is not an easy process to go through. But then again, neither is being president of one of the largest, most forward-thinking universities in the country. So let me share why the Board of Trustees chose Dale Whittaker as our president-elect. Most of you know that Dale has served as provost of the University of Central Florida since the fall of 2014. He was promoted to executive vice president, and in the private world, we would call him chief operating officer in 2015. As provost, he provides academic leadership for UCF's 13 colleges, multiple campuses, research centers, and institutes. He has led efforts to recruit and hire 200 new faculty members and develop the UCF downtown campus. Dale previously served in many faculty and leadership positions at Purdue and Texas A&M universities, and he is a professor of agricultural and biological engineering. Dale brings to his new role a deep understanding of UCF's culture and strategic goals. And as I said earlier, today he was able to communicate to us what is at the mountaintop and how we're going to get there. And I was thrilled with his interview and the way that he presented today. He has helped to lead UCF's commitment to transforming lives and livelihoods through learning, discovery, and partnerships. On behalf of our board, I am very excited to congratulate and welcome our president-elect, Dale Whittaker, and his wife, Mary.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know that I speak for Mary and I both when I say that we are deeply honored for this selection, and we're deeply excited. This is one of the, I've said this before, this is absolutely the best job in the United States. This is the best university in the United States. I want to start off by thanking David Walsh, who I understand is on a plane now, who chaired the search committee and conducted a very complete and rigorous process. I also want to thank Chairman Marchena and the Board of Trustees. Today was a thoughtful day. Processes like this help you crystallize your understanding, your own values, and why it is that you are so interested in a role like this. UCF is an incredible institution. It's a place that truly believes in creating opportunity. And it doesn't only believe in creating opportunity for a few, but it believes in creating opportunity for many to become so much more than they ever believed. I feel like my entire career has really prepared me for today. Again, this is a fantastic institution. It's one of the largest in the country. It's one of the most diverse in the country. It's one of the best in the country, and hands down, it's the most innovative in the country. Truly, this is a big job, and this is a big opportunity. You caught that. And we all know that so much of the trajectory of UCF, of what it is now, is really built on the legacy of John Hitt. John is a friend, he's a mentor, he's one of two reasons that we came to the university in the first place. The other was this fantastic mission. And John called me immediately after he heard the word and congratulated the two of us. And now we're looking forward to meeting with the Board of Governors on March 29th. And in the coming weeks, I'll turn my full attention to getting started on achieving these big goals that we've set for UCF. I believe in our people. I believe in the power of our people. And I believe in the power of our impact when we work together, not only to make Central Florida a fantastic place to live and work, but also to set an example for what higher education can and should be for the rest of the United States. We want to thank you for your confidence and let you know that we're fully committed to this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a few more speakers. I'll introduce them one at a time. First is our student body president, Nick Larkins. He'll be followed by the faculty senate chair, Bill Self, and our alumni foundation chair is Sarah Bernard. And then after that, we'll have a really big special presentation for the president-elect. Nick?
You know, Mr. President-elect, a Bible verse, one of the favorites of mine, really comes to mind today. Esther 4:14 says, "Perhaps this is the moment for which you've been created." And I think that's really, really fitting for today. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the most historic day in the life of the University of Central Florida since March 1st, 1992, when UCF was thrust into greatness by the arrival of Dr. John C. Hitt. Today, we have entered into a new era by the arrival of Dr. Dale Whittaker. Mr. President-elect, you'll hear a lot of this in the days and weeks to come, but on behalf of over 60,000 students and nearly 300,000 alumni, congratulations and thank you for your willingness to serve in this most meaningful role. And although not a politician, you did kind of dance around my question today about jumping into the pond at Spirit Splash. I'm going to hold you to that. As many of you know, Orlando is my home. I was born downtown at Arnold Palmer Hospital, and I grew up just 8 miles from this very location. UCF was the only school that I applied to because UCF was where I felt I could make an impact on the community that made me who I am. I've carried that notion of hometown pride with me during my 3 years here at UCF, and I also carried that same notion with me throughout the entire presidential search process. Dr. Whittaker, I can say without question that of all the candidates we interviewed, you are the only person I trust to lead this powerhouse at the center of my hometown. Mr. President-elect, as you well know, UCF is a young university destined for greatness, and we will let nothing and no one slow us down. There will be obstacles to overcome, barriers to break, and new records to set. This will not be an easy task. It will require a well-equipped team and an inspired university community. I can assure you that during your transition into this role, myself, student government, and a countless amount of student leaders will be here to help you get settled and to better understand the concerns of our students. To propel UCF into the future, it will require of us our best effort and our willingness to believe in ourselves and to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds. To believe that together with God's help, we can and will resolve the issues which now confront us. And after all, why shouldn't we believe that? We are Knights. Congratulations, Dr. Whittaker.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, or almost good evening. President-elect Whittaker, that has a nice ring to it. On behalf of the entire UCF faculty, congratulations on being named president-elect. Every day, our faculty mentor and inspire students, conduct groundbreaking research and service, and we look forward to your strong support in those roles as faculty. We are a growing faculty, with more than 200 new faculty hires in the last 3 years. And we hope you'll embrace and continue to see that growth in the faculty. We'd invite you to join us at the Faculty Senate as often as you like, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Founders Day, where we celebrate faculty. My Faculty Senate colleagues and I are ready to help with the transition, and please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You have championed faculty and supported faculty like no provost that I've seen in my time in academia. So I am very excited to see how you lead this university as its next president. Go Knights and charge on.
I would say that not only did God make you for this special day, but he also gave you a few extra upgrades that the rest of us don't have. So there's no question when I met you, you are a very, very extraordinary person. Well, it's a great day to be a UCF Knight, and our future has never looked brighter. I am deeply honored and privileged on behalf of more than 275,000 alumni to congratulate you, Dr. Dale Whittaker, on your appointment as UCF's president-elect. As you know, UCF's alumni are reaching excellence in our region and across the globe with a strong commitment to serving our communities. On the corporate side of the alumni family, we are the president of Walt Disney World and the CEO of the Orlando Magic. We're fighting hunger and homelessness in Central Florida and leading the City of Orlando's sustainability initiatives. We give generously of our time to help students thrive during and after their time on campus. And most importantly, Dr. Whittaker, we are eager to work with you closely, along with UCF's outstanding faculty and staff members, to demonstrate how much a UCF education transforms lives. We look forward to giving you more opportunities to meet our outstanding alumni across the region, the nation, and the world. And please do let us know how we can help you as you begin your exciting new role. And finally, as you know, we are the undefeated national champions this year. And so at this time, I will ask that you come forward with Chairman Marcos Marchena for a very special presentation.
So, we have something special for you, Dr. Whittaker, and we hope you wear it with pride. I'll show the back. How's that? Because it has the name on it as well. There you go.
Feel like a tinker.
There's the front.
All right, I'm going to have to fill that out.
Well, thank you. We have some news and information staff in the back, so if the media have questions, please grab a microphone, and I know we'll have a few minutes to address them. Going once? All right.
Earlier today, there was a question, I believe, from the student body president that was referring to student safety and addressing those needs. You addressed it earlier today, but do you mind reiterating it a little bit?
Absolutely. As the president of this university and as any president, the safety of our students and the safety of our faculty and staff, both physically, mentally, is the top priority. It's absolutely the top priority.
Hi, Michael Lopardi at WFTV. Earlier today, you were asked about your vision, both in the short term and long term. I was wondering, can you talk about where you see UCF's place in Orlando for the short term and long term, especially given some of the big projects that the university is working on?
Yeah, absolutely. UCF is a source of talent, of ideas, of innovation. And you can see that now hatching, now being manifest in the downtown campus, in the Bridge facility, in the Medical City, in the Academic Health Science Center. So each of these are forming economic enterprise zones, economic innovation zones that are each addressing a different area, but they'll be filled with our students. They'll be filled with ideas, and they'll be coupled with companies that can take those ideas and immediately make impact from them.
One more question. Just there was also some discussion today about Dr. Hitt's legacy, and some of the trustees, when you weren't there, were talking about how it was okay to have somebody a little bit different take over. I'm just curious, how will you be a different president?
Well, I'd be happy to tell you how I'll be a different president than I was a provost. Dr. Hitt is a good friend, a great mentor. What you're going to see in my presidency is a very high level of engagement. Very high level of engagement with donors, a person that gets out and tells the stories, a person that listens very carefully to those that support us, not only from a corporate donor point of view, but also from a legislative point of view and from our own Board of Governors. So one of the things that you will see is someone that's highly engaged off campus and also student body president on campus. Absolutely.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. You talked earlier today about wanting to guide the university towards preeminence, and I know that's been a goal for UCF for a long time now. How close is UCF to achieving that goal, and what specifically needs to be done to get there?
I think that we are within a few years of achieving preeminence. I think it's within 5 years easily. And some of the things that we need to do to get there are to continue to increase our number of postdoctoral students, continue to increase our research, push student success right over the top. There are a few things that we need to do. They're mostly in that area, but they all hinge on the talent of our people and the focus and the intent of our people and the quality of our fine students.
It was also brought up, sorry, it's Bailey again over at News 13. Real quick, it was mentioned earlier about our athletic department here at UCF and the growth and future growth over the next 10, 15 years. What do you hope to achieve in that department?
It's hard to beat where we are. So what I would hope to achieve is sustaining that and the recognition at the national level that it deserves. We've put together an incredible set of talented staff, talented coaches, and they've attracted talented student athletes that are performing at absolutely the highest level. So continue to compete, do it at a consistent high level, and continue to receive the recognition that they deserve. And I'll be one of the first champions for that.
Hey, I'm Jerry asking News 6. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's first. There was some concern during the process by the Board of Trustees as far as you bringing fresh ideas, but since you are an, quote, insider, what's your plan to bring new and creative ideas being an, quote, insider?
Great question. You know, I was the outside candidate just over 3 years ago. And as the outside candidate with 25 years at other institutions, I realized the perspective that I could bring to the institution. We got busy, we made some big changes, and they're starting to pay off. One of the values of being the inside candidate now are the relationships, the continuity, making sure that those plans become institutionalized. In order to bring more fresh perspectives and fresh eyes, bring more fresh people. That's why we're hiring new faculty. As leadership positions throughout the university continue to change, we will continue to look for the very best talent from across the country and the most diverse lived perspectives to bring those fresh views.
And one last question. What is your plan to address diversity? A few students on campus today we spoke with had a few concerns when it comes to diversity in general here on campus. What's your plan to address diversity here?
Just hammer down. So we are an incredibly diverse campus. We have a fairly diverse staff, and our faculty isn't as diverse as our staff and our students, and we are diversifying our faculty as rapidly as we can right now. It also starts at the top with diversifying the leadership at the top. So we have a very diverse, welcoming student body in campus. What we need to do is to continue to nurture that inclusion and continue to nurture the diversity in the leadership.
Probably have time for one more question if there is one.
Thank you, and congratulations on the selection. The mechanical and aerospace engineering school has made some ambitious recruitment efforts in the past few years. And given the rise in the commercial space exploration sector and sort of a new energy towards the country's space program, what plans might you want to see implemented to capitalize on this?
That's a fantastic opportunity, and the first thing that I would do is look to a very strong dean, which we have, that has great ideas to connect. One of the jobs of the president is to connect with the chiefs of those organizations, NASA, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and to make sure that we collectively, from a leadership point of view, know the opportunities that exist between us and then make our collective commitments to make those happen. So continue growing those programs, but especially grow the relationships with the companies that are going to fund research, put research into action, and hire students.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. That'd be awesome. Okay, yeah, please. That was really good.